What's going on, guys? It's Anthony with the Wrenched Out Garage. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to be diving into the Schumacher sj332 power converter. I ran this thing all summer long. I ran it on a bunch of auction vehicles. I ran it on all the vehicles I've owned as far as its capabilities with jumping the battery, with inflating tires and everything else. Now, before I dive into the particulars, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel because we do conversations about stuff like this. We talk about garage news and a lot of other things. Let's dive into the Schumacher sj332. Now, this guy's a kind of a big boy when it comes to a jump box. You are going to want to charge this thing 12 to 24 hours prior to use, especially if you're going to be using it for several vehicle jumps or you plan on taking it with you on a trip of some sort. I am heavily familiar with it as far as jumping dead batteries, as far as jumping mediocre batteries, and using the tire inflator. We will talk about some of the other features, but let's take a look at this unit first. We'll start on the back. This cord's kind of wrapped. As you can see on the back of this device, this is where the clamps go for you jumping your battery. You've only got a couple of feet. That's all you got. So you're gonna have to rest this more than likely, like I've done in the past, rest it on the air cleaner or something on the inside, or maybe the radiator support or something of the sort. Now, this does bring me to one of the biggest flaws with the Schumacher. I'm gonna get this out of the way up front, and that is, this is how you charge it right here. This little tiny flip down right there. And so it's inserted in. You can't, if your ground is connected just like that, you can't charge on this guy. It's a royal pain in the butt to even attempt to get to it. But prior to use, make sure it's charged. This is also in between, let me put that back up. In between, this is also where your tire inflator goes, right here. So that's how much cord you got. You got, what, 2.5 feet of cord. You're gonna set this down next to it, screw it into your tire. And right here is your compressor gauge, your on and off switch. And then this thing does up to 150 PSI for tire inflation. It also comes with, and I have it not with the unit because I'm not going to use it, but it also, for the same inflation, you have a air bed adapter that you plug in here, and you can air up a inflatable bed if you'd like. That's up to you. Or actually, maybe it's on the side. I don't know. I've never used it. But that's all you have on the back is, again, your compressor gauge, your air compressor, and some parts and pieces. There's a little bag in there for adapters and what have you. I've used this a bunch. Is it the fastest in the world? No, but I will say I've inflated several tires with this. It's super nice and handy, especially if you're using it for jumping cars, or it's just around and it's charged. You just go out there, throw it on there, a few minutes later, you're gonna be good to go. The D21 right next to me, which you probably can't see, has a flat. It's had a flat. I air it up every time I have to move it. I move it in and out of the garage. I am ordering new tires, but I just haven't done it yet. Let's go to the front of this guy. Overall, this is still a pretty big boy though. You can find little pocket jumpers that are the size of a cell phone these days, that give you pretty good life and longevity. But I will say I've jumped probably 8 to 10 vehicles in a day, maybe even more, and had no issues whatsoever with losing charge or ampage on this guy off of a full charge. Now, let's dive into some of the other features. Easy way to turn it on, you just have a simple on and off switch right there. Tells you the current ampage. Will read also what the battery is. So if you turn this on, it'll tell you what your battery life is at, which is really good to know. So if you've got something funky going on and you have to recharge it a couple of times, you should be able to determine what some of the causes are because it's doing the work for you. You have a light up top. I have used the light because I've had to to do some work in the evening. You also have your power inverters, and this is all on selector switch too. So if you turn the inverters on, you have the capability of running your 110s down here. And this is a 200 watt max, or 400 watt max. It says 200 watt or something similar for whatever it is you're charging. So you could charge your cell phone, charge your laptop, charge your camera, run really whatever you want off a 110. Now the charge on the actual unit is up to a 1200 watt max charge life, and that's when you go to jump it. Now moving over, you have two 110s. You've got two of your old school DC chargers if you still have those. I don't really have any. In fact, I've never used any of these. And then you got a 2 amp USB charger off of the front as well, and which I've also not used because predominantly when I need any of this stuff charged, it's in the house. I have taken this though and used this on several lots when I've done auctions, because this is my jump box. Some auction places make you bring your own box. They won't let you use theirs. Plus it's faster. Just remember to charge the thing. If you let it sit and you're anticipating use, throw it on the charger for 24 hours. You're gonna be good to go. Because I have forgot to do that, and it sucked because the battery starts essentially deteriorating over time as far as life goes, because essentially this is just like a big ass battery with some options, and that's what you're seeing. And that also includes, if you're gonna plug something into it, don't just let it sit there for a week and hope that it'll just continue doing what it's supposed to be doing. Now overall, I think this is an incredible unit for someone that either has a bunch of charging to do, or if you want to throw this in your vehicle because you're going out with people that may have battery issues or tire inflation issues. Now, this is an all-in-one. You can get several other components that are smaller and are a little bit more cost effective. I'll put a link to this down below. This runs 130 bucks on Amazon right now, at least while I'm shooting this video, so I'll put a link to that down below. I think there's some alternatives. I'll put some smaller chargers and inflators down there for you guys as well, because as much as I have a bigger charger up here, I've got my battery tender charger, I've got a 30-gallon air tank, this still is 10 times easier, and to be honest, a lot faster than me turning on my air compressor and then running air to tires out of the garage or what have you. When I have this sitting around, as long as it's charged, I'm good to go. That is the Schumacher sj332. Thank you guys for tuning in. What do you guys think about it? Drop a comment below. I'm interested. Do you guys have this unit? Do you have a different unit? Do you have a preference? Like I said, I don't use any of this stuff, so I can't give too much feedback on how well it works, how well it doesn't work. Because again, I predominantly use it just for jumping vehicles, getting them going, and then inflating tires. Did not use the bed inflator because I don't have an inflatable bed, and I don't see one in my future. So that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, please take a moment, if you guys have not subscribed to the channel, hit subscribe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and of course, I'll see you in the next video.